Hey everybody, welcome back to art class. We're going to get started right away by creating our journals for this year. You're going to need a folder like this. It's going to be just like a book cover. So it has a front and a back, and it's going to be your job to design the cover. To do that, you'll need a nice sharp pencil and a sharpener and eraser close by. An iPad to share at your table to Google Pictures if you need to. Plenty of paint in many different colors. And 2 different sizes of paintbrush, a medium and a small. Now guys, every single time you make an art project in this room, you need to write your name and code on it in a secret spot. Remember, your folder is going to be a book cover. So it just needs to open up like a book. It doesn't matter what side you use. Just make sure that it opens just like a book from the right to the left. And then on the inside cover, write your name. You can decorate it too if you want to. Anytime you write your name, you can decorate it. And then we'll talk about this more in a moment, but you're going to write your code as well for your class. Next, after your name is inside, open up the journal cover wide. You have 2 sides of your book or your journal. You can do 2 separate pictures, or you can use the whole entire cover to make one big picture. You can draw whatever you want for this journal cover as long as it's school appropriate. But you may be asking yourself, oh my gosh, what am I going to draw? There are so many different things that would be cool to draw, or maybe you're having trouble thinking of anything. So, where do artists get their ideas? How do they come up with things to draw? Artists almost always use what they see, what they remember, what they imagine, or what they feel inside. So when I was thinking of my journal design, I thought about a vacation I took in Ohio. I met a bird named Percy. He looked like that. I saw the biggest mushroom I've ever seen. It looked like that. And I got to go to a place called Cedar Point and ride big roller coasters. So I'm going to use parrots, mushrooms, and roller coasters in my picture. It sounds crazy, but I'm going to do it. And to look up some pictures, I'm going to use good old Google. Let's talk about how to find pictures to use for your design. Click on the Google app, and then when the search bar shows up, tap it and type in what you're looking for. I'm looking up parrots. There we go. There's some pictures of parrots. Another way to find something is to press the microphone button and say parrots, or whatever you're looking up, into the iPad like that. Once you get here though, whether you type it or say it, press images. That will get you to just the pictures of what you're looking for. You can tap on the pictures to make them larger and swipe to look at many different pictures. To do a new search, tap in the search bar and press X to clear it out. Then you can type another search or say another search. A couple of things to remember when you're using the iPad is to make sure that you share and give everybody equal chance to use it, and also to make sure that you only look up school appropriate pictures. When you're ready to go, loosen up, relax, have fun, and start drawing. Make sure you start with a pencil. That way you can erase mistakes or get rid of stuff if you have new ideas while you're drawing. Try your best to make everything in your picture somewhat large. You'll thank yourself later. The bigger your picture is and the bigger the details are, the easier it's going to be to paint, believe me. After your pencil drawing is finished and fixed up with an eraser if needed, you are going to use a black Sharpie to outline your drawing. Instead of outlining the whole thing in front of you, I'm going to use a little magic. Oh my gosh, what do you think of that? I magically outlined this entire drawing. Actually, in real life, it took quite a long time. But now my drawing looks more solid. Everything makes a lot more sense, and it pops out at you a lot more. It's like a giant coloring sheet now that I'm going to use my paintbrushes and paint to fill in. I just want to take a minute here to watch how slowly I paint this. I hold down the paper and I carefully paint it in. I decided to fast forward this bit just to save some time, but you go nice and slow. I wanted to pause just for a moment to show you how to mix two different colors of paint on the paper instead of in the cups. So you're gonna pick your 2 colors or your 3 colors. Here I wanna mix green and blue, and I painted both of those colors onto the paper. Now both of the paint colors are still wet, so using the paper as my palette, I'm just gonna mix it up right there on the paper. Have a lot of fun mixing, but try not to do it in the paint cups. Let's go faster. Okay, so we skipped a little further ahead in my painting. Basically, all I need to paint is the background. A lot of people forget to paint their backgrounds, but it's very important to add so much more color and fun to your journal cover painting. So I'm gonna paint the sky behind the roller coaster and the bird and the mushrooms. And I'm gonna use dark purple. I'm gonna find each shape of the background within this crazy roller coaster, and I'm gonna paint the outer edge of the shape and then the inside of the shape. Now things are going to get crazy. Look at that crazy shape of background behind the bird's wings. But I'm just gonna go slow. I'm gonna hold the paper down, paint around the edge to make kind of a protective wall around my beautiful bird and roller coaster. Oh, there's my cat again. And when I'm done outlining that shape, I'm gonna fill in the middle. It takes a while. Use a little magic to get this finished. Ooh, oh, look. It took a really long time in real life, but I used that dark purple and I painted every part of the background, including what was inside of the roller coaster. And then I had to repaint the lines inside of the roller coaster. Ooh, it took a long time, but it was well worth it, don't you think? Now it's time to put your beautiful painting open into the drying rack. But oh my gosh, look! I got so messy. What do I do? Oh, it's okay. I'm just gonna use a wet paper towel to wipe my hands and my arms and my face and everywhere the paint got to. And then to wipe the table off, I'm gonna use a rag from the blue bucket. Peace! Oh my goodness, look at my beautiful dry journal cover. My name and code is even on the inside. And I am so excited to bind my journal. I'm going to use white computer paper, a stapler, and some crayons to get this thing finished and ready for do nows. We'll talk about do nows later. First, step 1. Lick your thumb to make it easier to count out 10 pieces of paper. Make sure they're in a nice, neat stack and tuck them on the inside of your journal. To make the pages of a book stay in the spine or edge of the book, you need to do something called binding. You can use lots of different things to bind books. You can even sew the pages of the books to the covers. We're going to use staples though. We are going to put 5 staples on the spine of our journal. Start with 1 staple in the middle, 2 staples on either side of that middle staple, and then for staples 4 and 5, we're going to go to the outer edge of the spine, like so. Now you can open your journal up just like a book, but you may have to crease it like this. Press the cover open so that it hinges and opens and closes like a real book. Now you have 10 beautiful, gorgeous pages in that journal to fill up with your do nows. But we love Mother Earth, okay? We want to save paper. So we're going to split up each of our pages into 3 sections using the crayons. You can be creative with this part. You're going to draw any type of line you want along the top third and then the bottom third. So 2 lines evenly spaced that go side to side across your paper. Look, those 2 lines created 3 parts or sections of the paper that we're going to put our do now assignments in. Once that's done, use another color to draw 3 boxes in the corner. That's where my stars are going to go when I grade your do nows. We'll talk more about that later. Your job right now is to go on the front and back of every one of these pages and split them into 3 using lines. Of course, you can use a straight line if you want to, or you can create lines with hearts, you can make castle lines, anything you want. Make it crazy if you want. Don't forget to add your star boxes as well. Let's speed this up a bit. Let's get this done. I did it! Every page in my journal now is split up into 3 and are ready to do nows. Okay, so every time you walk into art class, you're gonna be handed your journal and you're gonna have a quick little fun assignment to do. Sometimes you'll have to write down a sentence like this with pencil. Or you might do a drawing with the crayons. Just follow directions. Every do now, every day is going to be different. I will use a special scented marker to give you a star in your star box if you follow directions for the day. So let's fast forward a little bit. You already did one do now last time in art, and now you need to do another one. It's the beginning of art once again. You have your journal, and Mrs. Toth, moi, asked you to draw your favorite animal. So this time, maybe you're not writing anything down, you're drawing a picture. When you draw a picture for a do now, you can use the crayons. And if you do your job, you follow directions, you draw your favorite animal, you get a scented star. We will do this almost every single art class. So, end of the year, it's so great to look back through the whole journal and see all the hard work you did throughout the year. See you next time.